Welcome back, everyone, to the Overleveled podcast. Today, I got with me... Oh, by the way, I'm Gavin. With me today, I have the Mushroom Man himself. The one and only, the creator of the 1 second of every episode of One Piece. Parentheses.
I've also made other videos, though.
Parentheses, so far, close parentheses. And yes, a bunch of other great videos. Check him out. It's DJ.
Hello, that's me.
Hi, DJ.
Hi.
How you feeling?
How are
man?
you? I'm good. How are you feeling, Gavin?
Doing good. Me and you were just talking a little bit. I got a new work vehicle.
Yeah.
So we finally got another car in my household. That helps out a lot.
Yeah. Put an overleveled sticker on it. Promote your
Oh yeah.
promote the channel.
I hope to get to the point where we can have some form of design that is so like synonymous with overleveled that I can just get that tattooed on me in the future.
Damn.
Like if it like we would have to be at a point where it's like overleveled. Yo, I've heard of overleveled, you know.
Yeah, the kids are talking about it in high school, you know. It's like, dude, did you check out the latest episode of Overleveled? Whoa.
Yeah, they're sharing it like it's crack cocaine.
Yeah, and then the teacher's
You know
like, stop listening to that overleveled crap. It'll mess your brain.
Rots your brain. Your brain.
Which is
not
not
this
true.
episode though.
Not in this episode.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe some episodes will, but not this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, guys,
Hello.
you did it again.
You did it.
you pulled
You
through.
succeeded.
Guys, I got nearly 100 responses.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, I'm
from-
genuinely impressed with the amount of responses we've been getting so far.
Like, what the heck, dude? Like, we're
Yeah.
4 episodes in. This is episode 5.
Yeah.
We already got this type of community interaction is precisely what I was hoping for when starting this with you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the question of last week was our music episode for the most part. We answered everyone's questions for the Sid we answered everyone's. We didn't answer anything. Why the fuck am I like, we're not an advice channel.
No.
We read people's answers to our question that was, you know, who's your favorite Sid? What do you love about Sid? Blah, blah, blah. We did that. We talked a little bit about news, and then we talked about musical composers.
Yep.
Realistically, I kind of would have liked to just continue talking about that at that time. And that's just because there's so many fucking tracks just from video games that I love.
Same.
You know, like, not even just RPGs or JRPGs, you know? This was an in general question, you know? Who is your favorite who is your favorite composer? What game has your favorite soundtrack? You know, stuff along those lines, and you guys fucking pulled through.
Yeah, you did.
Real quick, though, before we go ahead and answer, or I don't know, we're not answering this. We already did that last time.
Yes.
Yeah, so before we go ahead and read everyone's responses, I was telling DJ this earlier, and as you know, as much as we love having fucking 100 responses to the question of the week, it's a little overbearing. You know, we not like
all over the place.
Not necessarily. not like this is bad. We can't ever do this again kind of thing.
No more.
There were mostly responses from Facebook whenever I was sharing the video. And, you know, I promised these guys, I said, hey, if you know, here's our podcast episode, here's our question of the week, you know, give us your responses. I will read them on the podcast. And so God damn it, I'm going to do it.
We doing it.
We're doing it.
We're here for you.
So, but here's the thing. Going forward, I will pretty much only be answering, or not answering. I will only be reading the responses to the question of the week if they are uploaded or if they are commented.
If you upload your comment.
Yeah, you upload it. You gotta make tags for your comment.
Yeah.
If you post them in the comment section underneath the YouTube video, or this is actually probably my preferred one, but if you join our Discord, link to join that is in the description. If you join our Discord, there is a channel simply just called question of the week. Under there, oh yeah, give me your little song real fast.
Question of the week. Question of the week. I don't even know that's how it went. I think it's how it went, but
yeah, I mean,
something
sure,
like that.
I mean, we can run with it, whatever. Anyways, in our Discord chat, there is a, what do you call it? A sub chat. There's a discussion thread in our Discord called Question of the Week. In that thread, I ask the question and just comment
and
just,
you answer it.
Just answer it,
Yeah, fuck.
So, yeah, those are the two places that we'll be reading answers. So I imagine we're not going to have nearly as big of a turnout on the next question by doing it this way, but we got to keep it organized and structured somehow by doing it on
guys,
Facebook.
you're sloppy.
Yeah,
clean up your mess.
By doing it on Facebook, I'm stuck just fucking screenshotting everything because everything gets lost everywhere.
Right.
Anyways, also before we go into this week's answers, or last week's answers, I guess, we do have one response that was for the question of the week for the Sid podcast that they commented this after the Sid, after we answered all of those or read those responses last week. You get it. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So this is for the episode 3 question of the week. This is from Oliver Barismina.
My man.
Oliver says, of course, Sid Highwind from Final Fantasy VII. The angst. His limit break, Highwind. What more could you ask for? Next is Sid Fabul the Ninth from Final Fantasy IX. Thank you so much, bro.
If those two were to fight to the death, who would win?
Sid Highwind.
Yeah. There's no
like the one who's literally in your party. the one who you can level to 99.
Yeah, the one who can use a lance or the one who can just build a ship.
Yeah. The one who's a fucking oglop.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these answers are from YouTube. I'm going to read the YouTube answers first. This comes from YouTube user Cyan Razor Cell, who recommended that we play Hotel Dusk that one time.
Yeah.
So, Cyan Razor Cell says, one indie composer who's done interesting RPG work, who I adore, is Ian Stalker. And then he put in parentheses, I guess this is his online presence name, Magical Time Bean. He did the soundtrack for the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Game Boy Color.
Ooh, okay.
And the incomplete game Mythry. I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
So he did that, and for his own game, Scapegoat. I've also never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Tons of tracks and great stuff. Check out the last boss theme for the Chamber of Secrets on Game Boy Color. I haven't heard it yet, but I imagine it's a bop. Next, we got YouTube user Haywood Jablomi.
Jablomi.
Yeah. Hey guys, good show. Favorite song is for sure
What if
Megalovania.
that's all he said?
Oh, hey, great show. Thanks. Favorite song for sure is Megalovania, especially the Ga Metal cover. The way it's spelled makes me think it's game metal, but kind of how you do Mushroom Man, you know?
Yeah.
Game metal. Anything by Toby Fox is a win. Other favorites are little known Kenji Ito and Nobuo Uematsu. Yes, they are little known. Nobody knows who they are.
No, never heard of them.
Fuck yeah, man. Anything by Toby Fox. So good.
Yeah, he makes good shit.
Yeah, I mean, have you... I'm pretty sure maybe I'm wrong here, but have you played all of Undertale or no?
I have not played it at all. I've listened to people play it, and I've listened to the music a little bit. It's good.
Oh, yeah. That soundtrack is infamous at this point, dude. So good. Oh, yeah. That was probably one of the biggest reasons why, for me, Undertale was so good.
Right.
I mean, the story, the themes, the gameplay, all of the meta shit that was happening, all breaking the fourth wall, all of that is extremely cool.
Yeah.
But holy shit, man, the music in that game is it's so nice.
It's a bop. Definitely.
Devil Moon says Persona 3 if I had to pick. But oh god, burping over here. Persona 3 if I had to pick, but I really dig the whole Persona franchise. Shoji Meguro and Hiryoku Sawano. I should have looked up those names beforehand so I can
They sound correct.
So okay, I just looked up who Shoji Meguro and Hiroyuki Sawano are, and of course Shoji Meguro does all of the Persona games. He's been working with Atlus for a long time, and he works on those Shin Megami Tensei Persona games.
Right.
And Hiroyuki Sawano. And by the way, whenever I read these names, I'm gonna fucking butcher them so hard. Dude, he does the musical scores for Attack on Titan, Blue Exorcist, Kill la Kill, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn.
That guy.
Sins.
Yeah, that guy. He's fucking good.
Okay, yeah. So, what games has he worked on?
I have no idea.
GameWorks. He's worked on Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. He did Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, okay.
And League of Legends.
Oh, my favorite.
My favorite game. Okay. So after those responses, this is something that I also wanted to. This is kind of a divergence of the question of the week answers. We'll continue them, but then Devil Moon on YouTube says, by the way, for Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster, the difficulty DLC is free to everyone, and the Chronicles pack is free on PC and comes installed on the Switch and PS4 versions. So what you really get for the digital deluxe is Dante, background music packs, farming money, and experience map packs, and you play it 4 days early. So, still not a fan of getting the early access, but it is nice to know that they're at least not, paywalling a difficulty level. So, thank you for clearing that up. If there's ever some shit that me and DJ say that is just straight out of our buttholes,
which probably
just let us know.
Just let us know.
Oh yeah, constantly. That's constantly where I am. It's just up my own ass,
Yeah, just up your own ass. Nothing wrong with that. It's fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong. Okay, so now going over to Twitter, we got Twitter user Toasty Mochi. Says that their favorite game soundtrack is definitely Final Fantasy IX, and their composer is Uematsu. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Atomic Playboy says that their favorite game composer is Nobuo Uematsu, and their favorite song is To Xanarkand. Beautiful song. Final Fantasy X. Love that game. Pedestrian at Best. I voice cracked saying your name, so you're welcome. All of Uematsu's work is just the best, man. Yamaoka's work on Silent Hill 2 is incredible too. I like Silent Hill a lot. I've really only played a lot of the very first one with Brandon, so I don't know a lot about the Silent Hill 2 music. But that's a series that I want to eventually play.
Right.
Okay, we got a shit ton of answers on Facebook, so here we go.
Here we go.
Justin Whitman says, there's so much great music out there, and I have a special soft spot for Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger. I agree. those fucking slap. Migs Martinez says, Falcom's band is incredibly underrated. And real fast here, I 100% agree with this. I mentioned the East 2 opening last episode. That's the one that I texted to you.
Mm-hmm.
So the band, or I'm not quite sure if it's just like a band that makes all this music, but there's like this team of musicians that work over at Falcom Studios, and they make the East games and the Legend of Heroes, like Trails in the Sky, Trails of Heroes or whatever. All of those games pretty much are, I'm pretty sure, are done under the same band. So yeah, that's the Falcom band. So anytime that I see people like shouting out, just because I don't know all of their names, the people who are in those bands, or if there's one single composer who is specifically like noted, but the Falcom people, anytime that there's music in Falcom games, so fucking good. Charlene Jackson says, I listen to Nobuo Uematsu all the time. Also, Nier Automata and Persona 5 are my favorite.
Nier soundtrack does slap. That's true.
Dude, the, what was it? Nier, it might have been, Nier Automata. There's some songs in those games that whenever my wife worked at a daycare, she's not like a video game player, but she would play songs from the Nier games that were like very lullaby-esque to put the kids to sleep.
Oh, definitely. Like the one, because me and Cole played the very first Nier on Videoverse. Check it out, link in the description below. And the melody soundtrack was very good. The Nier soundtrack is just good. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. It was like this, this team of 19-year-old girls who are not gamers, and they watch kids, and they would just play the Nier soundtrack to knock these kids out.
Nice.
All right, Billy Brownfield says, you've got to talk about Uematsu, Sakuraba, and Sugiyama, as well as the Falcom sound team, JKD, for RPG music. There's also a bunch of really underrated OSTs that got trapped in Japan on the Genesis and Super Nintendo that are worth looking into. And then I responded to him.
We gotta listen to it. It's like a threat.
Oh yeah, he said you got to talk about it. So yeah, Koichi Sugiyama, who he mentioned in here, he's the guy who does all of the Dragon Quest songs. Like he's the Dragon Quest guy.
Yeah, the Dragon Quest.
Yeah, Sakuraba, he does all of the music for like the Tales games, Star Ocean, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Golden Sun, and Dark Souls. So that boy gets around.
It's alright.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and whenever he had mentioned that, I mentioned to him that I'm playing through. I just finished East 1 and 2 at the time, and I'm playing Origins right now, and I'm on the last character's story, and about to finish that one. Love the music in that game, but I let him know, and he just said, wait till you get to East 8 and hear Sunshine Coastline. So I'll probably have to. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for myself, so I think I'll just wait. Right. Anyways, Tommy Anderson says the Devil May Cry 3 OST is fucking amazing. Not a JRPG, I understand. Also, the Tales of Symphonia OST. You fucked up, bro. Tommy.
We'll let it slide Tommy. This time. Let it slide.
Ooh, Tommy.
Never again.
Okay. Yeah. I fucking love the Devil May Cry soundtrack. Pretty much. I don't think it matters what Devil May Cry you're talking about. If you mention the Devil May Cry soundtrack, you're gonna turn a lot of heads because yes, absolutely, they nail it.
They do nail it.
And yeah, like I said earlier too, this is not a this isn't like, sure, this is an RPG centric podcast, but for this topic alone, I just wanted to know what video games have just soundtracks that you love, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Jack Barbada says Nobuo Uematsu is the GOAT. Also, Koji Kondo, who he does all of the music for like Mario and Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Favorite OST is absolutely Final Fantasy VI.
Okay.
So, a lot of Final Fantasy VI love so far.
Loving that.
Aaron Newell replied to that saying, "That Cyan theme," which I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I believe it's fantastic. Aaron Newell also says, "Dragon Quest music reminds me of the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia."
Really interesting.
Yeah. I don't quite see the connection.
Yeah, I don't. But okay. All right.
But our boy Tommy Anderson says, "Good show and good game."
Good show.
And then Aaron Newell responded to Tommy with a GIF of two of the characters from the show dancing in their living room.
Tight.
So I'm glad y'all are conversing. Okay. Sean Smith says Chrono Trigger and especially Chrono Cross. Mitsuda is a genius. Uematsu as well for his Final Fantasy work, but also the tracks that he did for Chrono Trigger. And Koji Kondo, everything he does, but hearing the Ocarina of Time intro still gives me chills. Thinking about hearing it is giving me chills right now. Bro. About an orgasm. Calm down, DJ.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Ryan Joseph Bassinet says, or Bissonnet says, Air Mech and Air Mech Wastelands. Those are, I think those are both mobile games. I could be wrong.
Okay.
In the RPG space, I guess Final Fantasy IX and especially Breath of Fire 3 because it's jazzy. You ever played any Breath of Fire games?
I have not, no. But I would like to eventually.
Yeah. I know, I'm pretty sure the first one or maybe the first two are both on the Nintendo Switch, like Super Nintendo classic thing. So
I believe so.
Yeah, maybe we should check those out sometimes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Soken. Lee Brearley says Soken smashed it with Final Fantasy 14. So I think that
right.
I think we can all agree with that.
Yes, sir.
Kenji Ito has some great works, and Kenji Ito is he's behind like the Mana and Saga games. Jack Sigmund says, cracks knuckles, forward and back and forward and back and forward and back, which I believe is in reference to the Alexander Cruise Chasers theme, also known as exponential entropy from Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
I listened to that one earlier. I couldn't remember how he sings it, so I just said it like forward and back and forward. But it's a good song. It's actually really fucking cool.
Okay.
So I'm glad, Jack Sigmund, I'm glad that you're proud of yourself for that one.
You've done it.
You've done it. Christopher Branham says Chrono Cross all day, and I have a soft spot for Final Fantasy VI. Love those old MIDI OSTs. Terra's theme and the opera scene are perfection. That's a good scene. I love the opera scene. I actually only just played Final Fantasy VI very recently, so
You did, yeah. It's been a while for me.
yeah. Good shit. Ricardo Gudes says Final Fantasy Tactics and Chrono Cross are my faves of all time. All the tracks are great and bring back fond memories. Very nice. Adam Lefevre responded to that saying, I listen to the Chrono Cross soundtrack at work a lot. It helps pass the time for sure. That's always good. It's always nice. Are you able to just kind of like listen to music while you work, DJ?
Nope, not at all. Well,
very cool.
When, I mean, we can like, because Curbside, we open an hour before the store opens. So I guess we could for like an hour, but then once the store opens, like, nah, I gotta not. But I never do.
Yeah, that is what's nice about, because I'm very independent in what I'm doing with work, so I kind of just get to throw in my headphones and just do work all day. So I just listen to podcasts and
you independent
and listen to music.
You don't need no man.
Yeah, bro. Of course, never.
I don't. 'Cause I'm not
okay.
into that.
Mark Samani says yes to all three of these brilliant composers. That's all he says, but I'm pretty sure he was talking about Yosunori Matsuda, Nobuo Uematsu, and Yoko Shimomura, who are in the thumbnail of our video.
To sort of change topic, I was still going with music, but I kind of want to ask an interesting question for us to talk about, and then we'll continue with the questions or people's answers. Gavin, what would you say is probably from video games, just not necessarily JRPGs in general, what's like your least favorite song, do you think, from a video game?
Calling from The World Ends With You.
Calling?
Wait, no. Sorry, not Calling. Sorry. That's a good song. Hold on. It is From The World Ends With You, and it's like...
Okay. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, my God. I don't care what anyone says about that soundtrack to that game. That song will continuously just put the soundtrack to that game just down several notches in my mind. And I love that game. I love the soundtrack, but holy shit, dude. That song comes on and I mute everything. I mute it all.
Dropped the ball with that one. Imagine that's like the opening theme to the anime. Is that song?
Oh my God, dude. I think they actually have written a completely original song for the anime.
Definitely.
Which I'm excited to listen to.
I agree.
Holy shit, man. That song. And not even just... look, maybe I'm the only one here, all right? Maybe I'm the only one who feels this way. But The World Ends With You soundtrack is overrated.
Dun, dun, dun. Why do you say that?
Dude, I don't know. Like there are definitely some songs that, you know, there are some songs that I'll turn up whenever I'm playing that game. You know, if I have my Switch, you know, in handheld mode and I'm got headphones in, I'll turn it up.
There's some bops.
Like there's some good songs, but more so, maybe it's just of the time that it came out. Like I love early 2000s stuff. Maybe I'm just not familiar enough with like J hip hop. Because I love a lot of like Western hip hop. I love a lot of rap, and I love a lot of R&B, and I love a lot of funk. There's a lot of that I hear in the World Ends With You soundtrack. But it's not a top 10 soundtrack for me.
No.
I couldn't even place it. Like if I were to rank my favorite soundtracks, I feel like it would not be crazy high.
I get that. Just dab preference, really.
And I feel like there are just some games too where I listen to their soundtracks, and maybe I'll start to really like them, but then my wife will just hear it in the background, and I play a lot of retro games or a lot of games where there's nothing but music for the most part and like sound effects. Yeah. So, for instance, whenever I play Final Fantasy VI, and you get to that castle, I'm pretty sure it's Cyan's Castle or Sabin or fucking, I don't know. It's one of the castle songs, and it's like da 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 da. It's just like that over and 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 over again. And maybe I wasn't too affected by it whenever I first listened to it, but while I was playing it, my wife was like, "Can you turn that down? It's just the same thing over." And then it occurred to me, she's kind of right. And I was like, "Yeah, this song is annoying." And like, I love the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack, but that song, like, that's one, if she were to walk into the room, I'd mute the TV while I was in that town. You know, like,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any song or something that pisses you off?
Yeah, because I was thinking about it as you were talking, just like, what was that one song from that one game that I really dislike? Oh, yeah, that's right. Digimon World Data Squad Edamon's battle theme is the most obnoxious piece of shit I've ever heard. Like, cause Edamon is a Digimon that's like, he's a monkey that has a microphone. He likes to sing and stuff. That's his gimmick or whatever. And like, Digimon World Data Squad, like those types of games, like there's the random encounters where you walk around the map and then you encounter some Digimon and you fight them. But every time you run across Edamon, it always plays this super obnoxious, like, old man Japanese guy, like singing karaoke, and he's just so obnoxiously loud, and you encounter him so many times, and I just fucking hate it. It's just annoying. I don't like it.
I can't wait. I can't wait while I'm editing this to look up that song just so I can listen to it.
Good. It fucking sucks. I hate it so much.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some sleepers in these good games, because I imagine you like that game.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, it's fun, but it's not good. It's not amazing. It's just fun.
Sure.
But I mean, for me, like, that's like really the only one, because a lot of other soundtracks, it's either they're good or they're just unmemorable for me. Like, there's no soundtrack where I'm just like, oh, this is bad, and this, like, it never leaves like a huge impression on me of it being negative. It's either just like, it was good, or it's just forgettable.
Sure.
So like, the Edamon theme is the only one where I'm just like, fuck this.
Okay, next in the Facebook comments, Sergio Cruz says, the best. All right, James Waters.
All right. Thank you, Sergio.
James Waters. Yeah, thanks, Serge. James Waters says, sounds nice. I think he's just talking about, the podcast quality, maybe. I don't know. Sounds nice. I met Yoko Shimomura-san once. What a master of melody she is. As for my favorite JRPG composers, I completely adore Shoji Meguro, who did Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Persona 3, and Catherine. That's what he said his favorites are. And Hayato Asuno, Blue Reflection being my favorite. Okay. All right. We got Florian Redmacher, or Matcher, I don't know. Florian says, Einon Zur, he does the soundtrack for Dragon Age Origins.
Oh.
So, yeah, haven't played any of the Dragon Age games, but
I played a little bit of Inquisition.
Yeah?
What do you think? A long time ago. It was all right. It was a long time ago, so I can't remember much. That's fine.
Okay. Andrew Param says Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Smithy theme. He says that's on his workout playlist.
Tight.
Welcome to Buki Tower. Beware of the forest mushrooms, etc. Those are all songs from Mario RPG. Also, the fact that sorry, what?
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish your statement.
He says also the fact that most of the tunes are repurposed from other Mario games. So that's cool too.
I was just gonna say, like, because we always talk about how we're excited to play that game. Like, what if we play it and we just hate it? Like, we're just like, this is the worst game. Why do people
Look, bro,
like this?
We have to go in with low expectations now.
Right.
We have to go in with just the expectations of this game is nothing. This game probably is not very impressive at all.
No.
So that whenever we finish it, we're like, wow, I was blown away. I was expecting dog shit.
But realistically, we'll probably fucking love it.
Yeah, probably. Joel Guerrero says Final Fantasy VIII has my favorite OST. Sometimes I'll sit through all of the Final Fantasy VIII piano collection just on repeat because the music is so wonderful. My favorite songs in the OST is Find Your Way, The Landing, Breezy, and Fear. I'm not familiar with those by name. I'm sure if I heard them, I know what you're talking about, but fucking nice. I love piano collections. Those are so pretty. Eric Verde says Brave Fencer Musashi. Musashi. Brave Fencer Musashi is one for the books. Sorry guys, I don't know how to read. Brave Fencer Musashi is one for the books. I also love the piano versions of Tifa and Aerith's themes. So good. So good.
So good, man.
Joshua Gorishi says Dragon Quest XI's music. Good shit. I've only played Dragon Quest 1 through 3, and I'm in the beginning of 4 right now. But I believe the music is badass. Kevin Wilbur says Chrono Trigger and Symphony of the Night. Some Castlevania love. Very nice. I've heard that's another game that I've only heard fantastic things for.
Same,
yeah. Eric Roldan says, my favorite OST is Catherine Full Body, and my favorite band of JRPG is the Falcom Sound Team, JDK. I love the music for that band. Thanks for the video. I'll watch it tomorrow, although I don't know if I understand the video because I do not know English, but I'll try. Well,
we appreciate the effort.
Thanks for trying, man. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's always nice to know that no matter where you are, you're out there listening to us.
Fuck yeah, definitely.
So thank you. Jared Martin says, my faves are probably Nier Automata, Persona 3 and 4, and Final Fantasy X.
Good choices,
All good shit. Okay, so I read this next one because this guy, Corey Clay, has obviously been doing some fucking digging and some research on his favorite tracks. I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much, Corey Clay. Thank you for the book that you wrote.
Corey
Clay says, my favorite video game tracks are the following, in no particular order.
Okay.
I love the preface. Thank you very much. Lufia, The Last Battle, the one played at the beginning of the game. Final Fantasy VI, Decisive Battle and Terra's theme. Final Fantasy VII, Prelude and Shinra Corporation. Final Fantasy I, Underwater Temple, but it's actually the Chaos Shrine in the past. Final Fantasy II, Castle Pandemonium. Final Fantasy III, Cloud of Darkness theme. Final Fantasy IV, Red Wings and the Magical Ship.
Yes, sir.
Final Fantasy X, Challenge. Chrono Trigger, Guardia Castle, Corridor of Time, and Ruined World. Sonic Adventure 2, Supporting Me. Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, Lance and Red's battle theme.
Really good.
Metal Gear Solid, The Best Is Yet to Come. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Way to Fall. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, title theme. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Fiend Battle, and Labyrinth of Amala, Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 2, Dark Half, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Rage Awakened, and Unbreakable Chains, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Yimpeto Oscuro, Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Overture / Divine Bloodlines, where was I? Oh yeah, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Spirit Temple, Dark Souls, Maiden Astra's Theme, Drakengard, Growing Wings, Skies of Arcadia, Battle Theme, Shining Force, Battle Theme 3, Sonic 3, Final Boss Theme, Shadow of the Colossus, The Opened Way, Kingdom Hearts 2, The 13th Struggle, Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, Mission Impossible, Isolated and Swamped, Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage, The Assassins, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Final Destination. Holy shit, Corey Clay.
Round of applause for Corey Clay, guys. Round of applause. Definitely.
Thank you so much, Corey Clay. So much of that, I completely agree with you. Everything from fucking Shadow of the Colossus, Kingdom Hearts, and Metal Gear Solid is so dear to me. So, WizKid replied to Corey Clay saying, "This guy's list, plus some others. Haven't played or heard all of his, but he's got enough. I also love the Backfire and Under the Stars theme from Final Fantasy Tactics, as well as Crystalline Chill / menu theme, or Crystallian Chill / menu theme from Final Fantasy 15. I love the menu theme song from Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Alec Amby says, favorite OSTs, Nier / Drakengard series, Megaton franchise, Trail series, Bravely it's Bravely Duology.
Okay.
Is what he said, but I read it as Bravely Dougly.
Right.
You know, your favorite game, Bravely Dougly, and Bravely Dougly 2. You know?
Absolutely.
Second Dougly. Most of the Compile Hearts... What? The Compile Heart Souls series. Maybe that's what you meant. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know. Here are some games that he loves that are not RPGs. Smash and Halo. His favorite composers are Kiichi Okaba, Shoji Megura, and the Falcom sound team, JDK, and Revo. So, nice. Very cool.
Nice.
Adam Donardis says, Motoi Sakuraba, Nobuo Uematsu, and Yoko Shimomura. Yep.
Good.
Tim McKinney says, favorite tracks, Mechanical Rhythm from Xenoblade Chronicles, Shin Megami Tensei 1, Battle Theme, The World Ends With You, Calling, Skyrim, Far Horizons, and Dark Souls, Gwyn's Boss Theme.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's Dark Souls is the one game that I have put the most hours in and have never beat. Like, I've put, like... Of all of the games that I have never beaten, I've put like 60 hours into that game, and I've still not beaten that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Sean Kuchenbacher says his favorite game soundtrack is Final Fantasy IX. Nice. Kevin Lindsay says Mitsuda would be my favorite composer. So Final Fantasy 14 love. Very nice. Or sorry, no. Mitsuda is... the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. Sorry. So sorry. Ricky Viana says, I guess it's because this is an RPG community that nobody mentioned Michiru Yamane. Kind of annoying me. Also, I like Yoshi Aoki's work as well. Michiru Yamane she does the music for the Castlevania games, like Bloodlines and Symphony of the Night. Okay. Wild Arms and Xenogears. Oh, Jason, did I say the other guy? Yeah, okay. Jason Ardsma says Wild Arms and Xenogears. They're pretty much tied. Final Fantasy IV is a close second. I know you like the 4 soundtrack.
Yeah. It's pretty popular.
Yeah, Rob Michael says, this whole list is a podcast discussion. I agree. That's why we're doing this.
That's why we're doing it.
There's way too many to name. And I just told him I'm thinking that it's going to be kind of a part 2 of our last episode. And then he says, I always loved Final Fantasy VI's soundtrack, as well as Super Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Castlevania 64. I know this is JRPGs, so let's get back into more of those. Dragon Quest III remake. Well, it's more of a remaster. Sorry. Dragon Quest III remaster made already catchy music even better, as well as The Secret of Mana. Some people forget about Zelda 2. I agree. And that music, even though there's really only a few good ones that come out of that. A really old one is King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table for the Super Nintendo. Man, talk about bass! The ActRaiser games had great music too, and I liked it. And I liked in PT2 how they... I don't know what PT is. Maybe it's part 2, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, do they mean PT like that Silent Hill?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
And I liked in PT2 how they added like an industrial feel to it. I think it just means ActRaiser 2. And then he says, okay, I could type all day. Well, tell that to fucking Corey Clay. Thank you so much, Corey Clay and Rob Michaels. Okay. Right. Matthew Hyder says, I love Yoko Shimomura. I like Legend of Mana music. That's the best. Oh, and I don't know if they're famous composers, but the Breath of Fire 3, Wild Arms, and Threads of Fate have great soundtracks. A good story, good characters, good music, etc. All around perfect. Dragon Quest always had good classical music too, but I can't remember the name of the guy. I just had his name up here earlier. Oh well. I either think he or the main Nintendo dude was Koji Kondo, though. Yeah, Koji Kondo did Zelda and I almost said Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Mario. Brian Moynihan says, The Flame and the Flood, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, Chrono Trigger, The Long Dark, Red Dead Redemption, Planescape Torment, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Death Stranding, Persona 5, Alan Wake, Civilization 5, Final Fantasy 6, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. Okay. Good list. Keiichi Okaba, Yosunori... Oh, sorry. Sean Rogers says Keiichi Okaba, Yosunori Matsuda, Nobuo Uematsu, Yoko Shimomura, and Motoi Sakuraba in that order for me. Not bad, not bad. Jack Barbada says favorite OSTs, Final Fantasy VI, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Chrono Trigger, Donkey Kong Country, all 3 of them, and Super Mario RPG. I do like... I'd say one of my favorite video game songs of all time is the underwater theme song. Maybe it's in all of the Donkey Kong Country games, but I know it's for sure in Donkey Kong Country 1. Whenever you go underwater, it's just like, I don't know, it reminds me of like the Goonies.
Interesting.
Like, good shit. Aaron Shaw. Wait, did he respond earlier? I can't remember. Aaron Shaw says, yeah, been listening to the Azora's Wrath OST lately.
Oh, yeah.
You've played that, right?
No, I have not.
Oh. I was thinking I played it whenever I was younger then. It's not a JRPG, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. Chrono Cross OST is another favorite. Finally, the Prey rendition of the Final Fantasy franchise. The vocals are very nice. I'm not quite sure what Prey is. If they're like a band or something. Jordan Fight says, I don't mean to sound basic, but I am pretty new to the JRPG scene. Persona 4 and 5 have songs that I have on repeat all the time.
Nothing wrong with that. Those
not
are
a
bangers.
Yeah, it's not basic.
Yeah.
That's not basic at all. I mean,
What would you say is a basic JRPG? Even.
I mean, Final Fantasy.
Honestly.
but I
Even
just
then.
I mean it in like. Look, if you love the soundtrack to Bubble Bobble, like on the NES, like that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't apologize for liking.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I
songs.
love Bubble Bobble.
Don't apologize for loving songs from video games that you
Yeah.
really like, even if you have never played the games. Like the soundtracks are just popular.
Yeah.
You are completely entitled to liking the shit that you like.
Absolutely. Even if it's stupid. No, I was playing.
Yeah, even if it's dumb, whatever. You do you, man.
Yeah.
We're not saying that Persona 4 or 5 is
Oh
dumb
God,
by
no,
any
no, no!
means.
Please don't hate us.
I've never played Persona 4 at all,
Same.
but I have played a couple of hours of Persona 5.
Same.
And yes, I can 100% agree that the music in those games are groovy as all hell.
Absolutely.
Love it. We're getting close to the end here. Christopher Abestado says, for the song, like actual song with lyrics, my favorite is In This Cage, Torikago, by Tsukiko Amano from from Fatal Frame 5, Maiden of the Black Water. I've never played any of the Fatal Frame games.
Neither have I.
For background music, it's Eniomeos Machine Tower from Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Sorry if I butchered that name. For the composer, Nobuo Uematsu and Michiru Yamane, who we have discussed does the Castlevania games. Timothy Williams says, definitely Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross soundtracks. Nice. Jesse Bailey, maybe, posted a whole fucking link to the Lunar games and said, no one better than Noriyuki Iwadare. Iwadare? I don't know. He did the music for the Lunar Silver Star and Eternal Blue Sega CD. Also think he had some influence on the music for the Grandia series as well. Very nice. Haven't played Grandia yet either, but I hear it's something we need to play. Mas Jupri says, Michiko Naruke for the Wild Arm series, Shoji Meguro for the Persona and Shin Megami Tensei series, and of course, Nobuo Uematsu, the master of all composers. He is the best of the best. The GOAT. You got it. You can spell GOAT, DJ.
Thanks.
Good job, bro.
Yeah.
Jasper Yao says, Nier, Chrono Cross, Persona 3, 4, 5. Nice. And then posted a YouTube link to Nier Automata Kaine Salvation. So, there you go. Sid Laser says, Dragon Quest VI, one of the most all-around underrated RPGs of all time, with one of the best soundtracks. I agree. I don't think earlier Dragon Quest games are talked about enough. Great Potion Games says, Illusion of Gaia and Terra Enigma have excellent music too. Nice. I have played all of Illusion of Gaia and whatever game is technically before that one. I can't remember the name of that one. Anyways, Justin Wuole. Hey, Justin.
Hey.
Justin says, Nobuo is a god. And then he says, Mick Gordon and Jeremy Soule. Mick Gordon did the Doom soundtrack, and Jeremy Soule did the Elder Scrolls soundtrack. And that is it for answers of the question of the week. Holy shit.
Whoa! What a mouthful.
How long are we going right now on this podcast? Because I had an idea.
An
Oh,
hour.
we're at an hour. Well, we did talk a little bit before that. Okay, DJ. This is
What's up?
This is relative news, but also just a good discussion topic.
Okay.
let me pull it up real fast. Okay. So this is an article that I'm getting from Nintendo Life, but I know this is going around other websites as well. It says Japan voted on Final Fantasy's best games and characters. Do you agree with the ranking? And so it says this: Final Fantasy is one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time, building up a hugely dedicated. There's a burp in there too, so I'm reading it correctly. Building up a hugely dedicated army of fans over the years since first launching back in the 80s. With so many games to choose from, and with so many players having their own favorite titles, there are few series that lend themselves to a good old ranking better than this one. It probably makes sense then that Japan's public broadcaster, NHK, NHK is basically what BBC has, or what BBC is in the UK.
Mm-hmm. So
Japan's big news network is NHK. Okay. So NHK in Japan has held its very own poll to see which Final Fantasy game is the best of all time. And the poll asked their viewers to rank their favorite games, characters, and more from the series, with a whopping 468,000. That's over 500,000 of people. Over 500,000 people in Japan voted on this.
Damn.
So I'm gonna kind of just go down the series. They didn't really do like a ranking, like doing all of them. They just did the top 10 on here.
Okay.
So, in your opinion, what would you think Japan would vote for is number 10?
I'm just gonna make a wild guess. Final Fantasy 3.
No. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this: Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 are not in this list.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Final Fantasy 4 through 15 are all in this list. So at number 10, Japan voted Final Fantasy 15 the worst of the top 10. Like, it's in the top 10. But, not including Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3. They voted on Final Fantasy 15 being the worst one.
Dang.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what comes right after that?
What?
Final Fantasy 11.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What a wild card.
Yeah, so at number 8. Okay, so we got Final Fantasy 15 and then 11. What do you think is next?
Final Fantasy 8.
For spot number 8?
Yeah.
You'd be wrong. Final Fantasy 4.
That's fine. We all have shit taste. It's all right.
I'm sorry, DJ.
It's all right.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 4 came in at number 8.
You know what? It's higher than 11 and 15. I'll take it.
Maybe I really just don't know much about what Japan really does enjoy as far as like what they're looking for in video games and stuff. But here in the West, I feel like Final Fantasy 4 is typically like at least a top 5 game.
Yeah, I've seen that around.
Like, there's just so much praise for 4. It's interesting to see it as number 8.
Interesting.
All right, number 7. You said it earlier. What is it?
Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah. Number 6. This is so interesting. Number 6 is Final Fantasy 5. So according to Japan, Final Fantasy 4 and 8 are not as good as Final Fantasy 5.
No.
I don't
know.
I mean, okay.
Whatever, Japan.
All right, bringing it into the top 5. Number 5, take a guess. This is wild, man.
Final Fantasy 10.
No. It's 14.
Okay.
Which,
all right. That's fair.
I mean, yeah. It definitely is a top 5 Final Fantasy game, I think.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Number 4 is Final Fantasy 9. It's pretty good. Yeah. At number 3, we got Final Fantasy 6.
Okay.
All right. Pretty good. Final Fantasy 7 is at number 2.
What? Outrageous. Unacceptable.
And then at number 1, we got Lightning Returns.
You're fucking with me.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I was gonna say, there's no fucking way.
We got 10 part 2. No, it's 10. According to Japan, Final Fantasy 10 is the best Final Fantasy game. Okay. Now they did one more poll, and it's characters. For number 10, they said Zack from Final Fantasy 7. For number 9, they said Tifa from Final Fantasy 7.
Disagree. She should be higher.
Okay. This is... I like this character, but... I don't think they're as good as Tifa or Zack. They put Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 at number 8.
She should be at number 10.
And here's the other thing, too. They put Tidus from Final Fantasy X at number 7. And in my opinion, I think Lightning is more interesting than Tidus. So... I don't know, man. I mean, she's literally a god.
That's true. That is
Spoiler alert for 10 Part 2 and Lightning Returns.
Yeah.
At number 6, they got Solus Zos Galvis from Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know who that is. Solus Zos Galvis. At number 9, or sorry, at number 5, they got Zidane from Final Fantasy IX. And at number 4, they got Vivi from Final Fantasy IX.
Hey, double the Final Fantasy IX.
Zidane's cool. I'm not quite sure if I would personally put Zidane as a top 5 character, but definitely Vivi.
Oh, Vivi for a fact.
For me, Vivi's number 1.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we can say maybe we'll have another episode at some point in the future where we will focus on sharing with each other our top 10 or top 15 characters or whatever. We'll do 16 because there will be Final Fantasy 16 pretty soon. So in the future, we'll do top 16 Final Fantasy characters. Number 3, they got Aerith from Final Fantasy 7. Or Aerith. I don't know why they said Aerith. Interesting. At number 2, of all of the Final Fantasy characters, at number 2 is Yuna.
What?
I really, really don't agree with that.
No.
Fucking, from Final Fantasy X, I put Albed Cid before Yuna. Like,
well, I mean, I don't know about that, but I definitely wouldn't put her.
I put the Shoepuff guy, the Shoepuff guy, the Shoepuff, whatever he says.
You don't like Yuna that much?
So good. I don't not like Yuna, but she's not number 2.
No, not at all. I agree.
She's not number 2.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, and no surprise at all. Final Fantasy VII, Cloud, number 1.
Wow, what a!
I'm surprised that there's no Final Fantasy VI on here. Like Locke, I feel like Locke is a badass character.
Where's the guy who can somersault a fucking train? Where's he?
Oh, Sabin.
Yeah, Sabin. Yeah.
Yeah. The suplex, the classic suplex. I've seen so many memes of the suplex.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the boat in the canal,
Yeah.
And it's like you just see like a little sprite of him just right in front of it, and then it's just like, no worries, guys. Sabin's here.
Nice.
All right, everyone. That's gonna do it. Oh, question for next week. Next week will be a bit less totally focused on RPGs like at the core, and more so about DJ and I at the core. We want to kind of let y'all know a little bit about us. We'll have some news and stuff. We'll obviously do our answers for this question. But we want to talk about some stuff. We want to tell y'all about, like, you know, how we met, things that we like to do outside of this, like, you know, kind of what we do with work and all that, just like what our hobbies are, things of that nature. Just get to know us a little bit more. And then we got some stuff planned for the future, but we'll leave that for the end of next episode. But the question of the week,
lay it down.
Do you remember it? Do you remember it?
Wasn't it related to favorite games and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what's your favorite game?
Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so question of the week. What is your favorite video game, and or what was your first video game?
Oh, that's right. That's the other one. Okay.
That's something that me and DJ will answer next week. So yes, please, if you're going to answer the question of the week, lay it down in the YouTube comment section for this video, or this is actually preferred. Go ahead and join the Discord. I have it on the screen of the video. Or I have the call to action to go join our Discord on the screen in the description. Click the link to the description. There's an invite in there. We welcome anyone from anywhere. We love. Oh God.
Oh.
We love talking about video games. We love talking with people, with fans, with friends. Just come in there, be in the conversation with us. There's a Discord channel in our chat that is called Question of the Week. I will post the question there. Leave your responses there, and we will read it next week. Thank you again so much for watching. DJ, do you have anything to say?
Always remember to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you smash that like button. Can we get this video to 1,000 views and 1,000 likes? Thank you.
1,000 views. What are you gonna give them, DJ?
I'll give you 1,000 kisses.
Ooh, DJ. Like me?
Yes. We'll do a video of me giving Gavin 1,000 kisses.
Oh yes. Yes.
So if you want that to happen, you better get that.
Please.
Come on.
I need it. Give 1,000 likes. I need 1,000 kisses from my beautiful man.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye.
Bye.